Hello. We're back working on Crutch Chaos. Hopefully the stream goes a bit better this time. This is my second time, second try, going with YouTube. This time I'm using the new YouTube Studio thing instead of the old one. So previously I had done a bit of work off camera. Well, I did a bunch of work on Twitch. Then did some work off camera, fixing up some bugs. I'll show that off here again, just for the sake of it. Um, okay. This is, I don't know why it wants me to redo this. Hopefully, I'm not sure if I want it to have recorded this or not. What I really don't want is for it to have um whoops, whatever. This is apparent. It says this is not going live. Okay, it is going. Yeah, that's the thing. They oh, stream health is in orange instead of red. That's good. Yeah, there are definitely kinks to be worked out with the live studio version. Given that it couldn't tell that I was already streaming. It's kind of important. Check resolution. Oh, that preview is looking pretty good. With the live studio version. Alright. Yeah, let's just keep using this. So, the game. Bugs. Bugs are fun. So I fixed the jumping by keying on the new jump state that I had added. I'd separated general movement from jump movement as far as how it's represented, and I had separated, and then I just forgot an and here. That was what was causing the crash there, the blue screen. This is how it's supposed to play, except I can't climb. I fixed that during the last stream by just changing the detection for when to climb. Keying it on these, keying it on a landed jump state and certain, or not being certain, certain movement states. So up next, oh, that's right, I was going to work on, what do you call it? Thing with touch interface. Well, what I could do first, what I was thinking about doing first was doing a commit, which is sort of stashing away the changes that I've made to better keep track of them. Because all of this, the stuff that I've done since the last commit, although this is level design, so that's whatever. But all of this stuff is stuff from the last commit. Just separating out things that I've actually done from stuff that I was gonna do but didn't. I should maybe exclude the map files from this now. I don't know. Let's load up the commit thing. If I can remember, it was called msys. If I can remember, it was called msys. So once this loads up, I'll go back over those notes, come up with a commit message. Man, this is taking a while. Oh, there it goes. This has a certain way of interfacing with the native directory tree. It has single capital letter directories under the root for the different drives, along with things already being mapped into the structure via. I think the root is where the executable actually is at, and then these are directories that are under it, and then home. I don't even know. Main. Okay, so yeah, that's my Windows user directory. It should be pwd/home. Main. No, main is under home. cd main. Yeah, nothing is there. Okay, that's those all added, which there is a quick way to do that. I like to add them manually for reasons. I just feel like it, basically. The way to add everything that's been changed is just git add dot. So let's see, what do we want to put in this commit message? Let's see, what do we want to put in this commit message? Let's see, what do we want to put in this commit message? Finally. Let's see if I can edit that later. Alright, where was I? Um, thing that I changed. Alright, that's design. That's minor. That's minor. That's minor, but less so. We did door logic and made enemies freeze during transitions. Made door entering and transport logic because I redid door entering logic down here somewhere. Redid, well, not redid, touched up menu logic to prevent accidental whoa. That's okay now. That's okay now. Um, that's design. Um, yeah, touched up. Streamline, yeah, streamlined. And map, loading, code. Fixed scrolling on stairs. Yeah, this is where I keep all the old messages together as a history of what I've done. Fix scrolling on stairs. Whoop. Oh well. Uploading code. Yeah, and that should be it. And did I forget anything? I can touch it up afterwards if I did. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I did last time. I typed up these notes on what I was going to do next time. Oh. Hmm. I really, I really commit to my commits. If you couldn't tell. Hmm. Let's see, move, control. Oh, that's for later, yeah. Compare hold times. Oh, yeah. Added in means to check how long a button has been held. The whole jumping thing, yeah. Fixed jumping and climbing logic. That's more like it. Yeah, I like to list from most important or most code intensive to least important or least, amount of characters or lines of code that it took. And if there's a clash, then I go with more important, even if it was a small change. There have been several commits that started off with a thing that was changed to 1 line or like 5 lines, just because that represented a big change to the game. And collision branch and movement states. Alright, yep. 510 insertions, 508 deletions, so basically 2 new lines out of that whole thing. Except not really? The whole thing is 2 lines bigger. Alright. Get log. That's the wrong window. Get log. And a version number 0.30R1 because it was kind of minor. Because like fractional ones are already supposed to be minor, but 1.0 is going to be the release version. So I want to give myself plenty of space before that. And I'm going at 0.01 for significant changes. And for changes that aren't really significant, I just do the same point something something with an R and then a number after that for revision. You can see with the last version I had 4 revisions, which is more than usual. Before that I just had jumped right from version to version. There's a couple spots early on where it could go either way, and I have changed it. And yeah, you can see just how long I've been working on this. It's a long, long time. But right now, I'm going to work on the touch interface a bit. I want to get rid of this. Whatever. Whee! Differing halls and mirrors. Hall of mirrors inside of my hall of mirrors. uh. So, for that, I'm going to need to go to Inbox. Differing hall. Where was I? Controls. This one. Alright. Controls, keyboard. Controls, controller. I'm going to need to put stuff in spawn to actually create a dialog box for it. with a small dialog box indicating it. I'm going to want to turn off button interactions during that, which should be easy. Just don't respond to them. You know, just don't write code that responds to them. Yeah, because all the discrete, this was pressed at this instant stuff, that's within the same function as all the menu stuff, because that's the only place it's used. All the code that checks if something was pressed, but not if it was released, or not. I guess not how long it was pressed. You know what to do? Yeah, I'm gonna switch this around. Make what would you call them? Button hold timers on the other way, positive, because I was doing it to make a nice comparison and without having to check, dealing with truthy and falsy things, and it was kind of a mess. But now I'm just checking if it's, right now I'm just checking if it's not 0. Checking if it's less than 0, actually. So I need to change those to be greater than 0, but, you know. And right now it's just running on frames, which I don't really want to do, but it's not the best way to do it. And it only counts up to 9 frames because I figure that's enough. Any two things that are not pressed at the same, because it was just for pressing things at the same time. Anything that's pressed 10 frames apart should be clear enough which was pressed first. Really, even just 2 frames. Or even 1. Should only matter if they're actually pressed on exactly the same frame. But I could do interesting things with that, like not hesitation, anticipation moves. which are something that I want to put in. Like, you press something before you need to press it, and it'll take the action as soon as it can't. Make hold timers time-based instead of frame-based. Cap at the number that's coming to mind is half a second. And I'm thinking either half a second or a tenth of a second. Tenth of a second is not very long. I don't think I want to have people hold something longer than half a second. Maybe cap at 1 second. I could just store the time it was pressed. I don't need to increment and add to it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. Maybe just store what time it was pressed. No, because that's I'm trying to think if it stores that in a frame exact kind of way. If I can find it in an exact enough form. I think there is a love function that does that. But right now, we're working on this. Okay, so spawn. Go to menu data. Controls. Yeah. Oh, because, yeah, I would need to put in code for the for displaying it, and that is, yeah, title, move, touch, controls. Did you hear that? My shoulder, like, creaking and crunching. Tangle height, TCH. It just needs to be big enough to hold the message and the title, and like a bit of space. So let's do 100, 96, 96. Yeah, I do want to be able to. Yeah. Assign those and. Oh, jeez. Right now. Right now, I just. It's making me want to do up the code to actually reassign them. I'm thinking how it might not be too hard. But right now I want to work on moving them. I can put moving them as a separate thing under assigning them later. Yeah, in that case, let's do 260 like that. Let's do 278 because I'm going to have a menu option later to move them. But right now it's just going to be move. That's going to be the only thing you can do. You can't move through the menu. Menu. Put type equals controller. Let's touch. Control dialog box is up. Would be nice if I could just print something, but not really on touch. Not really. There is no console window on the phone. You can rig something up to have one with it connected to your computer, but I'm not doing that. So, I would need to have something on touch released, I think, or touch moved. Touch moved. I could just have it be like you 2-finger swipe to move when you are in the controls menu for touch. That would be kind of elegant. I would need to have something that communicates that. That would only really work for. Well, no. Yeah, that could be how I differentiate moving different items. Just whichever spot the one of your fingers is under, that's which one moves. And then that would interfere with sort of pinch to resize, which is another thing that I would like to do. I could set the mode and then have it be. Could have just a mode for that. Switch the mode between move and resize. Huh. Consider the. I haven't even seen that movie. Consider having brain having the a double touch swipe to move the controls. If one of the touches is under a button, move only that button. Oh, that is going to take so much processing, so much checking to do. If I do that, so much logic. And then if you move it underneath of over top of another button, then I don't know what will happen. I think it will start. It'll either switch to the other button, or it'll start moving both. Neither one is really what you would want to have happen. Alright, so consider a pinch zoom to resize buttons again, checking if one finger is over a button. Further consider switching between these modes with a menu option. Alright, did some, not theory crafting, some design work, sort of. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, trying to do the actual code for this. Oh yeah, I would need to store X and Y offsets. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that in lieu of writing like code. Game status? Maybe? Menu. Where am I? Menu data. That controls. No. Where am I storing touch menu data? Touch control data. It's in controls. That's under main. Yeah, controls dot touch dot regions. And assignments and touches. Alright, I'm keeping the touches here. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I can check if... Okay, that makes things easier. Yeah, this whole thing is, yeah, 66 kilobytes of code just in this file. It's easy to forget what I've done. Especially for me. This is water, by the way. Although I don't know if I'm imagining it, it tastes a little brothy, I think. Some broth that I made in this cup just stuck around. Like I haven't even used this cup recently. But what am I doing? I'm talking about cups. Okay. Touch that offset. Put it under like interface data. Offset X, offset Y. Okay. Shows up when using touch as the input. Yeah, I already. Let's move that down. Use any available touches to move the controls. Check. Check. And yeah, I'm feeling like I want to do the rest later, partly because I need to go to the bathroom. And I also want to have dinner at some point. And you know what? I can do the rest later today, later tonight. Alright, alright. Device spread. Do I want to do that? Use the last touch. The second. Well, could average between the two of them, but look at how you're already storing and dealing with touches. Consider averaging the touches. And I do believe with that, and with the stream actually having run pretty well, I will say thank you very much for watching. And I will say goodbye for now. Next time, we'll be continuing to work on moving touch devices, touch controls, and then probably a lot of debugging, which will probably be painful because there's no console window on the phone. So I can't see what exactly is being run when in an easy way. And then probably this. But right now, once again, thank you. Goodbye, good night, good morning if it's morning, but still, goodbye.